the hex color value, and then where you see the little plus sign, you can basically click on it and it will keep adding and mixing the main color with the colors next to it. So we obviously don't want the existing color palette there, so just go ahead and delete it, and then click on the plus sign again, and it will create tints of that hex color value. So delete the colors on the left hand side, and then insert your second hex color value and click the plus sign again, and it will do the same for that orange color, and it will basically create shades, but in the next slide we'll see how we can create tints of those colors. So if you click on the plus sign, you can see that it mixes the blue, the navy blue and the orange together to give you that brown kind of view. And now you can basically export it, clicking the export button. We'll do a PDF for this example, and you can give it a title. We'll just call it primary color palette, and you can just close that down, and you can basically just select what color space you need and then click export. So for this one, we are going to create a color palette just for the navy blue tints and shades. So we'll just delete all the orange and then start clicking to the right on the plus button to give us all the tints. And then we'll export that as a PDF again. So now we'll open up those color palettes, those PDFs, right directly inside of Illustrator, and all you need to do is go File and Open, and then on the right hand side in your Layers palette, just click off or switch off the clip group and just click off the clipping path, and then you can just delete that white frame sitting underneath the color swatches. And using your super select tool, just select all of them, including the X color value, copy, and go into your blank document and just paste. So those are your two primary colors for this example, with different tints and shades. And then here just goes into detail, do the same thing again. This will basically just be an extended color palette of tints of the navy blue, and you'll see now how we're going to use those colors to make a primary palette and a secondary palette. So in your orange PDF, just do exactly the same. Switch off and delete what you don't need, and then copy and paste the orange tints and shades in there. So we can just zoom in on that, And the great thing is that it brings in the hex color values as well. So there's no need to really typeset anything if you want to just take a shortcut. What you can do is basically now just pull out the main prime edges are just switched off there. Let's just switch it back on again. Here we go. And let's just pull that out, and then let's just pull out the navy blue primary color. Let's have those sitting on top. In the normal brand style guides, those would be basically on a separate page and denoted as primary colors. If it's a brand style guide mood board, those would be on the top. So let's just make a secondary color palette and just pull out whatever colors you feel best represents your brand's personality or existing collateral. This is just an example, so I'm just putting out what I think is a good range of tints and shades. Same for the orange. And again, you just want to get a nice range. Just be careful not to select swatches that are too close in weighting or color value. And here again, it's just a matter of eyeballing it. So just as an example, I mean, this is a very minimal kind of primary and secondary color palette. For some brands, you might want to add in an accent color as well. And accent colors would normally be something a bit more contrasting. I'm just doing the alignment very roughly here. Normally you can just kind of group them and then just hit the align button. But the great way of taking the shortcut is that it just copies in the swatch shapes. You don't need to go and redraw anything, and it even brings in the X color values, which is really handy. You might want to go so far as to, it all depends on your client and your client expectations, by defining RGB and CMYK color values, and you can take it a step further and spec out the Pantone values as well if that's required. So there you have a quickie color palette using coolers, and definitely go ahead and experiment with the color palette generator. You can use it in a manual way, the way you've done there. They've also got a great facility where you can hit on trending color palettes and just see what's trending and what's really popular right now. And the cool thing is it's all about using ready-made color palettes. Sometimes it's really not necessary to do things too manually. So just like AI, use it to your advantage without necessarily cheating anything, but just to try and maximize your process and improve your workflow.